It might be uncomfortable for you to hear this, but if you're new to monthly planning or you have been doing for a while but didn't find it works well for yourself, then you might probably make some huge mistake when it comes to monthly planning. I don't want to make you feel negative about yourself by mentioning it because I was there. In the past 10 years of learning how to properly planning my month, I have made a lot of huge mistakes, and I don't think it should take that long for everyone to learn those lessons. So that's why I make this video to share with you my top 5 most impactful mistakes and how I fix it when it comes to monthly planning, so you can skip the painful mistake, plan smarter, and actually achieve your monthly goals. Since you have put your time and effort into monthly planning, then let's make it right. Hi, welcome back to my channel. Or if you are new here, then let me introduce you quickly about myself. I'm Hardy Beats. I'm a Vietnamese living in Finland right now, and I'm here to share with you everything I have learned during my growth journey to live a fulfilled, happy, and mindful life. So if you're having the same goal in your life, then don't forget to subscribe to my channel. As usual, so what will be covered in this video? It's quite straightforward. I will share with you my top 5 most painful mistakes I have made, how I fix it, what are the impacts of the solutions, and how you can actually apply in your own way. And for a little more context, I think you should know that I'm the type of girl who like, okay, let's go with the flow, but what time do I start? You know what I mean? Like, I cannot live my life fully YOLO. I love planning, not in a way like overly obsessive with planning, but more like it's a new month. I want to know what's my monthly goal, what I'm working toward on, and what I should prioritize for the month. That's kind of life, and I want to move with purpose and direction in life. That's why I think I started planning when I was about 15 years old, I think. Yeah, exactly when I started high school. But you know, like, I didn't really know much when I started right away, and I made a lot of mistakes. I feel really overwhelmed. I even did just monthly planning for a while and then came back to it over and over again. So you can see that over the time I have made a lot of mistakes, but they actually taught me a lot of lessons. It's really painful to waste those years to learn this mistake. I hope that this video is like a shortcut to you. Let's dive into the first mistake. The first mistake I made right when I started was using the tool that was made for scaling. This is my bullet journal notebook. It is the first thing I use when I start planning my week and my month. It looks nice when I have time to decorate, but it's not made for, tracking efficiently. And if you want to scale, you want to see the big picture of your plan, then this isn't the best. Later on, I switched to using iPad, but that wasn't the best tool for scaling. It's really hard for me to track my progress and adjust my plan along the way with this tool. So 4 years ago, I changed to Notion, and it wasn't perfect in the beginning, obviously. It took me actually years to build the scalable system on Notion, where now I can track my goals, my habits, and my reflections, everything all in one place. It was really a game changer for me because it's made my life so much easier when I can see my big pictures and the small detail at a glance. So my planning right now is more flexible, more organized. Because of that, I'm so more efficient with monthly planning. So think of the tool you are using right now and ask yourself, is it scalable? Is it easy for you to track and adjust your goal along the ways? If the answer is yes, amazing. Just keep using the tool that you are having. But if you still find some pain points from your current tool, then you definitely should consider other options. Take a look at the tool out there and evaluate them to see which one works best for your needs. I used to completely ignore my menstrual cycle and plan like I have the same energy level every single day. I remember I was so frustrated and couldn't understand why suddenly I couldn't focus and get the thing done as much as I expected. And I really wish that at that time I understood I was in a luteal phase, that I actually should have adjusted my workload so that I didn't create a huge gap between my expectations and my actual capacity to finish things. So now I schedule around my natural energy natures, meaning that I schedule the most demanding task for the time of the month when I have most of the energies, and I have more grace for myself when I'm at the lowest time of the month. And the best part about being kinder to myself is that now my plannings feel much more realistic and sustainable. So I highly recommend you to spend time to understand about your body, your energy level, and plan accordingly. Your well-being will surely thank you later. The third mistake was I oftentimes overestimated how much I can achieve in the month. I packed my planning with wishful thinking and I completely ignore how long it takes to finish the task. So look at my eye right now and be honest with me. Are you making the same mistake? It's totally okay if you're making this mistake right now, because honestly it's very common and it's just like an ongoing learning process of how much you understand by yourself, your capacity, and then you adjust along the way. And I bet you know this feeling when you overestimated how much you can achieve. So usually at the end of the month, you will feel kind of behind, disappointed by yourself because you didn't achieve what you expected. So right now, I usually plan for extra time when I plan my month. It's called the buffer time. So the usual rules is that you plan for about 10 to 15% of extra time. For a more challenging task, it could be from 20 to even 50% of extra time. So use this as a guideline the next time you plan your month so that you will not plan just for the hope. Another very big mistake I have made is that I was planning without a roadmap. In the past, when I start my monthly planning sessions, I basically just dump all of the things I should do, all the events the month I will enjoy, and I call it monthly planning. That's how normal people plan their months, but advanced people plan their months strategically with clear understanding of what they should do this month to move closer to their goals. So I make sure that my monthly planning well align with my yearly or quarterly goals, meaning that I break down the big goal into smaller steps. Then I put each step into the months, putting a date to it, and it will appear on my monthly to-do list. So for example, in the second quarter of this year, one of my goals was to finish my Finnish language exam. So at the beginning of the year, I have broke down the goal into smaller steps. I put the time for it. So in May, I know exactly these are the steps I need to take to achieve the goal. I set the exact date for it, and now it's appear directly in my daily, weekly, as well as monthly to-do list. I can also see the overall goals that I'm working towards in my overall planning views. So it's very easy for me to check my progress with my goals while also finishing my normal daily task. Every task I do right now is filled with purpose. I no longer basically fill out a long, meaningless to-do list just to make myself feel busy, but I actually do what matters the most and help me move closer to my goals. So this is a very big lesson for me. Think about your situation right now. Are you just simply list out what you're supposed to do on a daily basis without really steering it toward your goals? If your answer is yes, then I highly recommend you to really rethink how you plan your month. If you are still struggle with it, then I highly recommend you to check out this video where I explain to you exactly step by step how I do with monthly planning and my execution plan. This last mistake might surprise you, but I used to treat the self-care day, reflection day, and creativity day as something nice to have, but not like very important day of the month. I feel like we don't talk enough about the importance of this day in our life. Oftentimes we ignore it and end up feeling really exhausted, uninspired, and even burnt out when chasing our goals. So now I intentionally block in my calendar the 3 important days. The first day is self-care days. It's basically when I pamper myself, give myself some treat. It can be just basically clean my space because I quit a self-care activity. Another day is reflection day. This is very important. It's when I'm completely off from social media. Actually, I barely touch my phone on those days. Just give myself more space and actually silent to listen to my voice inside my head. And I also journal down my thoughts so that I know where I am in life right now. Another day that I'm trying to do more lately is creativity day because I work with computers. So I feel like I don't do enough creative work with my hand. So I try to have a day when I do some creative work with my hands, for example, some drawing, handcraft activity, for example. It's really interesting to do something different from your daily routine. I incorporate these days into my monthly planning and actually did it. I feel much more energized, inspired, creative, and I found more meanings when working toward my goals in life. So look at your calendar right now. We all have about 30 days every month on average. So having 3 days per month for this activity shouldn't be a big deal. Don't just plan for work. We have been working the whole time already. So make space for self-care, for reflection, for creative work to add more joyful moments into your life in your monthly planning. Okay, so I literally just share with you all my most painful mistake I have made along my planning journey. Honestly, at first I was quite hesitant to do this because I was worried if people think I'm dumb for making this mistake. But I don't want to share with you just the beautiful end result, the perfect journey, because I believe that everyone makes mistakes. So now I really want to invite you to join building a supportive community. Let comment down below the current struggle you have with monthly planning, and then scroll down to see other people's comments and share your tips or experience there to support each other. I honestly really want to learn from your own experience, and let's support each other in this growth journey. Oh, by the way, if you're looking for the system that helped me to overcome some of the challenge that I showed you before, then check out my life planner Notion template in the descriptions. I have designed a template to keep myself organized and move purposely toward my goals, so I believe it will be useful for you too. Another thing is that if you still struggle with setting your goals and execution plan, then you need to check out this video where I share with you exactly in detail what I did to plan my years and how I achieved that. And lastly, if you like my content, then don't forget to subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification button to be the first person get notified about my new content. Thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate that. I hope you enjoy spending time with me today, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye!